Hello everyone, and welcome to the YouTube channel if you've somehow managed to find it. So what we have here is everything Clark the Shark from the first term of broadcasting. I thought it'd be fun. So I will be editing together some other people, just what the content they've created, probably Wednesdays with Ethan, Universe Anonymous, Micah the Mermaid stuff, that sort of thing. That will be in the channel stuff to the side probably. I'll work on it. Maybe it'll get uploaded. I'm pretty lazy, so maybe it will. Now, as you go through these videos, I'd like you to note a couple things. First off, my haircut. It's bad. So bad all the time. I don't know why. Remember that Clark the Shark won't exactly be what you remember it to be. I've watched these videos 1,000 times, and it's so cringy after a while. Please don't bully me, internet, because bullying is wrong. That's the excuse I'm going with. I didn't want to take this opportunity to say thank you to everyone who supported me in TMCBC. I know I don't really outline it at all when I'm talking in the videos. It really was nice to have all these people supporting me, and I really am thankful for that, so I just wanted to say that before we get into it. Alright then, enjoy 20 minutes of me saying don't freeze physically or socially.
Weather with Clark the Shark, yeah!
Hello and welcome to the weather with Clark the Shark. Winter is coming as the pop culture reference goes, and there are a few things that you should know to survive the cruel, unforgiving wasteland that is my ex-girlfriend. Winter. I mean winter. Snowstorms are imminent because of the dropping temperatures, the humidity in the air, and because we live in Calgary, Alberta. The best way to counter such conditions is to have a warm jacket on you at all times, especially a windbreaker if you have it, because that'll keep away the wind chill. The temperature is going to be all over the place, with some days hotter and more welcoming than others, and others just straight up cold, depressing, and dark, like a date at the school dance. If the weather doesn't change at all, which of course it will because the weather forecast is never right, the lowest temperature is going to be around 0 degrees, and the high for this week is 12 degrees. Have a great week and don't freeze physically or socially. Welcome to the weather with Clark the Shark, where the references are cringy, the weather is inaccurate, and the jokes are edgier than a Ryan Reynolds movie. This week is actually going to be sunny, with the weekdays promising no snow or rain, and the temperature will always be above 1 degree Celsius. It's only Friday that ruins the week, promising rain, snow, hail even, because nothing can be perfect. This seems to include my math test. I would advise everyone to be careful through this week, because frost and a little ice will coat the sidewalk and appropriate footwear is recommended. This means if you have sandals, even if they're fashionable, don't wear them. I would also note that it would be best if people don't use their phones out in the cold, because you might get hypothermia. Hey. The high this week is 14 degrees and the low will be 0. Hey, wait a second. That's funny actually, because that's the number of times I've maintained a relationship. Have a great week and don't freeze physically or socially. Welcome to the weather with Clark the Shark, where your weatherman's emotional state is reflected on his classmates' faces. Wake me up! Wake me up! Can I let you guys in on a secret? It's that time of year again. Cold, darkness, the pain, the suffering. Yes, we are hitting negative temperatures. This means layers, people. Wear at least 2 layers, unless you want to end up like my buddy. Insensitive, unfeeling, and without a pinky finger, because he was out there for way too long. Don't wear too many layers either. You might end up burning like the foods room. In all seriousness, the high this week is 13 degrees, and the low, unfortunately, is -2 degrees. It will be sunny, so have fun out there. Have a great week, and don't freeze physically or socially.
Well, it isn't the viewers. Here for more cringy weather jokes, I assume.
Yes, I only have a spin on the top of my head. Do I look like a man that has $20 to buy a mask? You guys are lucky that I'm a lonely shark. Otherwise, I'd be doing something else with my sad, pathetic life. The weather is getting much worse, just like my taste in music. We hit -5 this week. How this is possible? So close to Halloween, I have no clue. In spite of these dark times, don't put up your Christmas lights before the 31st. You don't have an Easter hunt on New Year's Eve. Don't disrespect Halloween in such a crude manner. We have a bit of a mixture of everything on Wednesday. We got some rain, some snow, some sun, some cloud, some fog, everything that you could possibly think of, which is just as confusing for me to understand as me trying to comprehend most girls. Here's a bit of dating advice. If you aren't sure if a girl likes you, don't ask her friend out to see if you can generate a reaction. Trust me, this does not work out in the way that I thought it would, okay? Cut me some slack, I was in grade 8.
You actually did that?
I did get a reaction, but not the one I was intending.
Did she say no?
She still hates me.
How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes.
It doesn't help that the high for the entire week is 8, and as each day goes by, it just slowly gets colder and colder until it hits 0. This is a perfect representation of me thinking about the school dance. My self-esteem just keeps going lower and lower and lower. Have a great week, guys, and don't freeze physically or socially.
Welcome to the weather with Clark the Shark, where, honestly, I'm running out of creative ideas for a weather broadcast. The weather is, well, it's a little cold. I'm going to run the film of me before I recorded this, just researching what the weather was going to be like this week.
It's getting colder! It's all too soon! How can I live my dream of being an anime schoolgirl if I can't expose 60% of my skin?
Yep, it got worse.
The average high for the entire week is -7, and the average low for the week is going to be -13. Layers, guys. You have to dress in some sort of second layer on your way to school. As much as dressing up like an anime schoolgirl sounds like a brilliant idea, it's probably best if you keep warm this time, because you would literally freeze. Speaking of freezing, remember that the sidewalks are going to be slippery. I know firsthand. Ice is a cruel, cruel enemy that shows up when you least expect it.
As far as precipitation goes, we don't have a lot of rain or snow coming our way, and if there is going to be any, it's going to be minimal. I would be concerned though, because the clouds and the wind might be a bit of a pain and make things even colder than what I already outlined.
That's it for everyone. Next week we are going to be doing something a little different, admittedly. I'm running out of ideas for weather segments, and so until I can find a way to fuel this terrible, terrible screwed up brain, I'm going to start a new segment called Life Advice with Clark the Shark. Just submit any and all questions or advice you want to the email displayed down here. I'm hoping I'm going to the right general area. Just send me a question and I will answer it, and hopefully it'll be a more interesting segment than me talking about how cold it is 50 times.
Have a great week, and don't freeze physically or socially.
Life Advice with Clark the Shark. Yeah.
Welcome to the first episode of Life Advice with Clark the Shark, where I'm answering a bunch of stupid questions that you guys sent in. Seriously, half of these had to be cut because they're ridiculous. We need actual questions, guys. I can't work off of nothing. Most of these are pretty silly anyway, but let's go with it. Alright, first question. What is the meaning of life? 42, dank memes, or living? It's probably living, actually. How do I become as successful in life as you are? You sit in front of a camera and you make some cringy weather jokes. And hope that people like it. How can I splice my genes to become half shark? So you get bit by a shark spider. And then it imbues with your DNA, so then you can eat fish without gagging, and you have really bad breath. It's perfect, flawless plan. Dear Mr. Shark, I have problems. They consist of everyone yelling, "Clark the Shark!" Please solve. Why are you trying to ruin my 15 minutes of fame?
Stop it. Get some help.
So yelling in the hallway is pretty much a big no-no in school rules. So instead of yelling Clark the Shark in the hallways, even though I know you guys want to admire me, how about instead of yelling, if you see me in the hallway, just whip, okay? Just whip. Alright, this is how you do the whip. 3, 2, 1. See? Perfect. Flawless. I've been recently rejected. What should I do? You know what? There are a lot of things you can do there. You can do my method, which is you sit in your room and eat ice cream and cry about how pathetic your life is. There are plenty of sharks in the sea, alright? Move on. I know, alright? I know. Right, it's right there. It hurts. It hurts, doesn't it? Alright, that's it for this week's episode. Sorry if you got your question didn't get in. We will be doing more of these. The email is still open. Anyway, see you next week, and don't freeze physically or socially. Top of the morning, Gelatis. My name is Clark the Shark. Welcome to another episode of Life Advice with Clark the Shark. Today we are answering some more questions. I only have one request for this episode, and please make this come true. Make sure that the questions are a little normal. Normal is the word I'm going to go with. Alright, first question. Please ask Clark the Shark what his favorite anime is and who his favorite character on the show is for next week's show. So that question is like an onion. There are many layers to it. If we're talking about just solely anime, then it's the robot guy from One Punch Man. If we're talking about comics books, we're talking about Scott Pilgrim from Scott Pilgrim's Precious Little Life. How do you become a giraffe? You're asking a shark how to become a giraffe. I don't know how you become a giraffe, but you gotta run now. The government is after you. They track these emails. People who want to become giraffes, they're never found again. Get out. I won't say anything, just leave, okay? Dear Mr. Shark, I'm not sure if a guy likes me. You seem like an credible source for relationship advice. What do you mean, credible source? I am the life advice giving shark. What makes you question my life advice and my value? You seem like an credible source for relationship advice, so I come to you in my time of need. He's nice, he plays music, and he's a bot, but I love him. He's a bot, but I love him. Down below is an image of my love, rate out of 10. It's the Discord, robot that plays music. If you're not sure if a guy likes you, just ask one of his friends. In 9 out of 10 cases, the guy will spill, and you have all the information you need.
Guys, we gotta cut this out, all right? Like, this is a serious problem. We can't keep like ratting each other out.
All right, that sums up this week's episode of Clark the Shark. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know I enjoy these. I hope you do too. Send more emails. It should be displayed down there.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Don't freeze physically or socially. Cut the video! Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Life Advice with Clark the Shark. Hopefully you didn't see what I was just doing there. Alright, let's just get right into it because I'm reaching the 2-minute mark and my superiors don't like that. First question, is grade 9 hard? No, it isn't. If you work hard, then it'll be pretty easy. Hey Clark, I have one question. What is the secret of not getting rejected? Because I know you have been rejected so many times, this person says.
Wow, thanks for the reminder. I really needed to remember all the pain and the suffering and the memories.
Alright, I'll tell you guys a secret. Dating advice passed down from my father, from his father before him. You create an elaborate secret. You come up with a really deep, meaningful secret. And then you confess it to the girl you have a crush on. And hopefully, if all goes well, she feels like you have opened up to her. She thinks higher of you now. Think of all that could do. All that time you could use. It's such bad advice. Alright, this one wasn't actually one that was sent in, but I noticed a lot of people, they're like, oh, I can't be friends with a girl. Girls are scary. I'm just gonna tell you this right now. You can be friends with a girl. Finally, we have Xbox or PS4. This isn't a simple question, but you have to go Xbox because they give you free games. The Nintendo Switch is great too. Very nice. Very nice. Alright, thank you for tuning into this week's episode. Send more emails and don't freeze physically or socially. Hello and welcome to another episode of Life Advice with Clark the Shark. This week's theme, finding content. Question number 1. How do I beat Ganondorf in Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time? Well, the obvious solution here is you beat him with a glass bottle. Whenever he uses that electricity attack thingy, you just take out a bottle, swing, infinitely. And if you run out of light arrows, God bless your soul. If a turtle loses its shell, is it naked or is it homeless? This question hasn't been answered by science yet, so I'm gonna take a crack at it. I'm sure you've all seen the very revolutionary movie Over the Hedge. In that film, it is portrayed that the main character, when it loses its shell, it considers itself naked. Therefore, to end this debate once and for all, with scientific proof, the turtle is naked, not homeless. What is better, dogs or cats? This person then proceeds to follow it up with 1 mad face emoji, 1 smiling devil face emoji, and 2 frowning devil emojis. You better say dogs, or else! Well, I hate to disappoint, but I actually prefer cats. Tell us the story of your first crush? Question mark? So this is a story. So basically there was this girl back in grade 2. I have no clue what her name was, but I was so flustered around her, I called her Tuna. Might have been Tina or something? I actually have no clue. I would give her these little bracelets that were actually meant for dolls, but I didn't know the difference. This is grade 2. I'm just...
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
And imagine how I felt one day where I had to move schools. Yeah. Alright, final question. Is the Demogorgon from Stranger Things real?
Demogorgon.
I keep on mispronouncing pulp culture references. This is not okay. This is very bad. Is the Demogorgon from Stranger Things real? Absolutely. I can't write a joke here, yeah.
Put in some friendly profanity, like heck.
I'm cool. I can say heck. I'm a cute kid. Send even more emails and don't freeze physically or socially. Oh, hello there. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Life Advice with Clark the Shark. I would wave at you guys, but I'm a little restricted here. All right, let's go into the questions. Question number 1. Ow. I'm stuck. Social life. What kind of anime is this? School is Kirby, right back at you, because it sucks the life out of you and everything does come right back at you. Thoughts on spam texting? I have the same opinion on that as I do when my mom told me she was gonna have another son. Stop it. Tell us the story of the first time you didn't get rejected in a relationship. It was a girl named Megan. We went on one date, then she didn't realize we were dating, and 3 months later, that's the farthest I've ever been in a relationship. Stuck at one date and no response. What are your thoughts on starting conversations? You open by reading the Konami code, and then you just use a really cringy pickup line.
My outfit.
Up, up, down, down, left, right, VA. Charmanders are red, Mudkips are blue. If you were a Pokemon, I would choose you.
How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes.
Alright, thank you for tuning into this episode. Hopefully send in more emails, and don't freeze physically or socially.
Those jokes are awful.
I am the Plastic Man. Bow down to my plastic powers and personality. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Life Advice with Carl the Shark and
Mary Chrysler.
A lot of these videos seem to theme in me being tied up, and I'm not sure if I exactly like it. Let's get right into the questions, because this is my third time recording this. Question number 1. Why does round pizza come in square boxes? The simple answer here is that God can't create perfection. Just look at humanity. We are the stupidest things ever. If one synchronized swimmer drowns, do the rest have to drown too? I mean, they would certainly win a gold medal if they were to drown in the exact same way, like their arms are moving the exact same way, the bubbles are the exact same. Just... Why does your hair look like a rat's nest? Are you offending these beautiful golden hairs? This is what peak performance looks like. You must be clinically insane if you can't see the value in these luscious locks. You could turn it into a broom if you want to. In all seriousness, I think that people try to style their hair a little too much nowadays. It's sort of disappointing to see how many people are just giving in to the fact that they want to look perfect. It's gotten to the point where you need 2 Snapchat filters, an Instagram filter, a certain style of hair, like 3 layers of makeup, and like a crop top in order to look good. It doesn't make sense. Just stop. Just stop. Do vegetarians eat animal crackers? They cannot, and for that they are condemned to a life of torture. Rate top video game each genre? Question mark? Okay, this is a question I can actually answer. Here we go. Turn-based strategy games, Civilization 6, first-person shooters, Rainbow Six Siege, survival horror, Outlast, fourth wall-breaking games, Doki Doki Literature Club, open world, Fallout 4, platformer, the original Super Mario Bros., rhythm-based games, Guitar Hero World Tour, I Will Wreck You in Living on a Prayer.
Doesn't make a difference if Megan or not.
Difficult games / Bullet Hell, Undertale, randomly generated games, Binding of Isaac, and fighting games / how you settle beef with anyone, Super Smash Bros. Brawl. And that's all. What is your opinion on all-nighters? Trust me, you will regret it. There was one time I stayed up for 36 hours straight. I had to do some chores, and then this happened, so... That's it for this week's episode of Life Advice with Clark the Shark. I hope you enjoyed. I will try to do more of these next term, but until next time, don't freeze physically or socially.